Hey y'all, Edward the Brick Building Texan here with another speed build for you. And today we're building set 31167, the Haunted Mansion from LEGO Creator 3-in-1. And we are building the main model. And it is on purpose that this video is being premiered on Halloween 2025. Because this is a nice spooky set. I've actually had my eye on this set ever since it was announced, and I thought immediately Halloween. This would be a great Halloween display set. And you know, I've seen a lot of reviews and builds, news about this, and I know it's an open back, but it can also close up, so that's a really cool feature. It's basically a scaled down version of the old Monster Fighters Haunted Mansion set that came out years ago. The minifigures are really nice. Vampire, Frankenstein monster, that headpiece is pretty cool. That Wolfman mold, I love that. And it's just nice and spooky, gives me all those nice spooky vibes. So, let's get to it. y'all, welcome back to my review of the Haunted Mansion 3-in-1, the main model, of course. I'm going to start with the mini build. One of the mini builds that came in this set is this little gate entrance. Pretty simple, but very well constructed, like the pillar construction. The little dark green bamboo piece gives it a nice color highlight. The gate, the chain, pretty cool, very spooky haunted house kind of thing. Moving on to the minifigures. We get a generic skeleton. You know, I actually just had one of these in my pirate 3-in-1 that I just built. So this is not new or unique minifigure in any shape or form. It's just a skeleton. But the other four minifigures are pretty cool. We have this ghost, new heart mold, and glow in the dark shroud on that. I have not actually seen it glow in the dark yet, but I know it is. If you take the shroud off, you have white torso, white legs, and a blank head. I suppose you could change it out to any color you wanted to. If you had different multicolored heads, you could put, you know, a different color inside, I suppose. But not a bad little ghost piece. I like that one a lot. The vampire is very nicely printed detail on the torso, front and back, and the skirt. Like the expression and the wavy hair, very cool. The Wolfman. I know that there was a CMF series that included a Wolfman, as well as one from the old Monster Hunters line, which I know this set is drawn inspiration from that. Wolfman, that head mold is pretty cool. The printed detail on the torso, that red flannel shirt, is pretty neat. I think my favorite gotta be, though, the Frankenstein's monster. Very cool. I got this extra head part on top right here. So if you see that, you can see the head, but then this piece is his head extender. It's just really cool. Nice little like giant head effect for the Frankenstein. I like that a lot. And of course the main model, of course the mansion itself. I got right now in the closed position because you can display this either completely enclosed or you can display it with the open back. Okay, an open back gets you accessibility to the internal features, internal details. You know, there's a few that second floor organ is very nice, giving off kind of Goonies vibes with that a little bit there. Little chest of drawers right here. There's the rotating part in the back with the ghost. If I turn that, you see the ghost right there, and if I turn it back, there's a jewel in there. This side we have the rotating, like the pendulum right here on the clock. These two printed tiles on the first floor are very, very nice. Turning to the outside of the build, it's giving off Monster Fighters lines, giving off haunted house, you know, vibes. Very cool, especially since today is Halloween when you're watching this. Little graveyard could be a little more, you know, there I've seen some remarkable models that already have like a full display with like a cemetery and other things for the front of it. I'm probably gonna build one of those for next Halloween. Creepy tree, pretty cool right there. I like that. If I turn this knob on the outside, you should see the ghost rotate to the jewel. It's kind of dark in there, but it's in there. Nice little play feature. And as I said, you can display it open or closed. I think we're going to keep ours closed for our Halloween display. Just because we have some limited room on our display counter for it. I loved it. This is a good main model. Compared to the other two, like the ship was pretty good. The train was probably my bottom. This house is really, really nice. I like that. I enjoyed the build. Lots of like these the roof tiles, you know, the corner pieces, you know, very nice construction. All that sand green, you know, made it work for this set. And that brings me to the end of the review. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like it and subscribe for more content. Please also consider following me on my other socials. They're all linked in the description of this video and on my bio, so go check them out. And that'll do it for today, guys. Keep on building. Bye.